The Monster's Monster by Patrick McDonnell. Caldecott Honor Illustrator of me, Jane. Grouch, Grump, and little Gloom and Doom thought they were monsters. They lived in a dark monster castle high atop a dark monster mountain, overlooking a monster-fearing village. Their little monster heads were always filled with big monster thoughts. Smash, crash, and bash! Huffing and puffing, mad about nothing. Their 10 favorite words were no, no, no. No, no, and no, 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 no. No! Every day they argued over who was the biggest, baddest monster. Who could complain the loudest? Who could throw the most terrible tantrum? Who was the most miserable? These debates always ended in a brawl. One day they decided to settle the argument once and for all. Grouch got some tape, tacks, staples, and glue. Grump found some gunk, gauze, and gobs of goo. Gloom and Doom grabbed bolts, wire, and a smelly old shoe. Together they would make a monster monster, the biggest, baddest monster ever. They hoisted their creation into the stormy sky, where, bam! A lightning bolt sent a powerful jolt through the creature. The monster started to twitch. "He's alive! Alive!" the little terrors exclaimed. The monster roared as he stumbled around, tearing away his bandages. "Big!" little Gloom squealed. "Bad!" little Doom squeaked. "Monster!" They all cheered together. The growling giant reached toward them, and then, in a deep, booming voice, he said his first word. "Thank you." He crushed them to his chest with a tight squeeze. "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Monster wiggled his stubby monster fingers and tapped his clunky monster feet. He looked around in wonder and threw open a window. The room filled with warm, early dawn light, bird songs, and dewy fresh air. Monster smiled and let out a little giggle. "What do you think you're doing?" cried Grouch. Monster bounced about the room, gently greeting the many bats, rats, spiders, and snakes around him. "No, no, 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 no!" shouted the group. "You're supposed to be a monster!" But Monster didn't think he was a monster. He didn't think he was anything but thankful to be alive. Monster became still, sniffing a hint of sweetness in the morning air. Suddenly, he let out a roar and smashed through the dungeon wall. "Ha ha!" Grouch laughed. "He's finally coming to his senses." "Yes! Yes!" shouted Grump. "He's off to make mayhem in the village. He's going to smash, crash, and bash!" cried Gloom and Doom. The rascals dashed after Monster, trying to keep up with his long strides down the mountain. "Monster! Monster!" they cheered after him. The village bakery was just opening for the day when Monster plowed through the front door. Grouch, Grump, and Gloom and Doom anxiously waited outside the shop, peering through the dusty windows. "Big," whispered Gloom. "Bad," whispered Doom. "Shh, shh," begged Grump. "I want to hear the howls and yowls." There was a tense quiet, and then finally, from inside the bakery, they heard, "Thank you." Monster appeared, clutching a white paper bag. Then he turned and headed out of town toward the beach. "After him!" the trio cried. "Monster! Monster!" Monster slowly knelt down on the soft, cool sand. Grouch, Grump, and Gloom and Doom collapsed in a heap around him. As they tried to catch their breath, Monster gently patted their heads. He carefully opened the bag and gave each of them a warm, powdered jelly doughnut. Grouch, Grump, and Gloom and Doom were speechless. But then they remembered what their big bad monster had said. "Thank you." Monster looked at them and smiled. They smiled back, and together they all started to giggle. Grouch, Grump, little Gloom and Doom, and their new friend sat quietly on the shore, watching the sunrise. And the seagulls playing, and the seagrass dancing, and the ocean glistening. And no one was thinking about being a monster. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe